There was a time where owning a bowrider was the most desirable type of boat you could possibly own, and it's great to see them making a comeback. Crownline sat at the top of the tree when it came to luxury and fine appointments on board. They are also fun and sporty to drive. You can wakeboard 1 minute, water ski the next, or sit down in the lap of luxury and really enjoy a day out on the water. Come with me as we take a look at the Crownline E235. Can't wait to see what this one has in store. One of the most popular bowriders was the American-built Crownline brand, and the Crownline E235 carries on that tradition with a svelte-looking fun cruiser running a 350 horsepower V8 6.2 litre Mercruiser Bravo 3 inboard engine, which has a lovely note. I really just want to keep on driving. When you step onto the Crownline 235, you'll notice there are 3 distinct areas on board, and this rear area is where you have an integrated swim platform, you've got a sun lounge, you've got a stereo control, you've got speakers, you've got access to the water, stainless ladder. This is the party zone, this is the fun zone, this is where you're going to sit back, enjoy the sun, and then slip into the water and get back out again. And to that end, you've obviously got a nice comfortable sun lounge here. You can actually move this backrest, which I would say is now in the conventional position. That actually is electronically controlled and can tilt backwards a little bit, so you can sit facing the rear, or it can lay down flat so you can really lay down and stretch out. There's a stereo control here, and that gives you access to the tunes while you're out on the water. And also this integrated swim platform with the stainless ladder gives you brilliant access into and out of the water. Hard to refuse to sit in a place as luxurious as this. There's a walkway on the starboard side from the swim platform, down a few steps, and you're into the cockpit of the boat. And this is the place where people are going to do that sitting around, relaxing, having a chat, perhaps watching a wakeboarder when you're running. This is the place where they can all do that without yelling at each other, because everyone is essentially facing each other. You've got an esky directly behind the driver's seat, and that's nice and handy for people in this area. You've also got recessed drink holders either side, plus a lot more speakers. Now this boat is all about entertaining, and the sound system has to go along with that. So there are plenty of speakers on board. The front 2 seats, the driver's seat and the passenger seat, actually swivel around. So all of this can turn into a nice confined little area where you can sit back and enjoy some sun. Overhead, you've got a large tower, obviously, for wakeboarding. There's also an integrated bimini in that, and that provides shade. If you're sitting here, you've got a table as well you can pop in if you want to sit down and have some food. All in all, a very usable and luxurious space, perfect for those summertime fun times. The third place you want to find yourself on the 235 is up here at the bow, hence the name bowrider. I can sit up here in comfort. The backrest is perfectly angled to create the best position for my body. I've got an armrest that adds to the comfort. I've got an esky located underneath this seat cushion right here, which means I don't need to go back into the boat to get myself a drink at any time. I can sit here and relax. I've got recessed drink holders. I've got storage underneath. I've got more storage behind that backrest. I've got the sun. I've got the best place on the boat, essentially. This is where you want to really sit down, relax, and enjoy that fine weather we have in Australia. On an open boat such as this one, it's nice to know that you've got a lot of freeboard inside the boat itself, and that depth really is an important safety aspect when it comes to having children on board. There's no fear of them toppling out anywhere. There's a lot of depth inside. It's going to keep them nice and enclosed. And that depth also gives you a little bit of extra room for something like this. A little bit of creature comfort on board. There's a toilet located directly in front of the passenger seat. It's quite spacious inside. You're not going to feel claustrophobic in there. You've got a window, port window that will open, let the air out. Tiny little sink. It's more than enough for a day out on the water. I'm not sure if you can hear that noise through the microphone, but that is the hum
of a 350 horsepower Mercruiser V8 engine located in the back of this Crownline 235. And it is a beautiful engine, I might add. 6.2 litres, plenty enough to sink your teeth into. This boat is blindingly quick, an absolute blast to drive. Think of it as a sports car on the water, only unlike a sports car, you can actually bring along 12 of your friends for the ride. I'm currently sitting up on the bolster seat in the driver's position, and that gives me excellent visibility all around the boat. I can see up and over the windscreen. If I wanted to duck below the wind, I can actually put the bolster down and it would be like driving a Lotus. And this boat is exactly like that. It corners brilliantly, accelerates blindingly fast, and it's so much fun I actually don't even want to step away from the steering wheel. Underneath all this is a Crownline hull with a vented chine. Now what that vented chine does is introduce air under the hull. That gives you faster acceleration by breaking the friction that the water can create off a hard surface. It also keeps the bow down when you accelerate because it actually gets up in the plane much faster, and that's an important issue when people are stepping into a boat like this. They get a bit nervous if the bow rises too much. This particular boat doesn't do that at all. Now in driving into the chop I can actually get a feel for this hull and how it rides, and it handles that really well. In fact, it's very comfortable at all speeds and in all conditions. Given the low slung nature of the front of the boat, you do occasionally get a little bit of spray over the front. It's nothing to worry about. Duck behind the windscreen and you're A-OK. But it's the acceleration, the speed that you're really here for. And then once you get to your destination, you get to sit back, relax and enjoy it in absolute opulent luxury. If you like fast speeds, high thrills and entertaining your friends at the same time, it's hard to go past the Crownline bowrider. They are opulent and luxurious in a way that makes you feel like someone's going to step out from behind a seat or a cushion and hand you a glass of champagne at any minute. And there's no better way to turn up to an on-water restaurant than in the head-turning Crownline 235. I'm Dom Wiseman for Club Marine TV. I'll see you on the next episode. Oh, Jesus.